Lucas, I just got home. What the hell is going on? Where are all my things?
Oh, that? Yeah, I cleaned up a bit.
Cleaned up? Lucas, you emptied the closet, the dresser, the garage, my desk, my studio.
I thought you'd appreciate the gesture. The place was getting cluttered.
You threw away my clothes, my books, my keepsakes. Even my mother's necklace is gone.
It was time for a reset. We needed space. You're never here anyway.
You got rid of a lifetime's worth of memories while I was gone for 4 days.
Don't be so dramatic, Grace. You always overreact.
And you always minimize everything I feel. This wasn't just spring cleaning, Lucas. You crossed a line.
You weren't even using most of it. It was just sitting there collecting dust.
Because I trusted it would still be there.
I was doing you a favor. Honestly, you should be thanking me.
You threw away irreplaceable things, Lucas, without asking, without even warning me.
Here we go again, turning everything into some kind of personal attack.
Because it was. You did this to me, not with me.
You know what? Fine. Since you're obviously in the mood to rant, let me just say it. This is exactly the problem. You're always working, always gone. We never see you. Megan barely even asks where you are anymore.
What are you talking about?
You don't get it. You haven't for years. You care more about your job than this family. You think throwing money at us is the same as being present. It's not. I'm the one here every single day, doing the work, handling everything. All you do is walk in and criticize like some distant boss who doesn't know their own kid's teacher's name.
You really think this is about work? Do you think I want to be on the road every week? Missing dinners, missing bedtime, missing moments with Megan?
I mean, you don't exactly complain when you leave.
Because I don't get to complain, Lucas. I suck it up and go. Because if I don't, who will? You think I like waking up in another hotel room while you two are here living a normal life without me? I work because I have to, Lucas. Because someone has to pay the bills, keep the lights on, keep this house from falling apart.
It's not like we were starving.
Not starving? I was counting every dollar while you were daydreaming about a gallery opening. While you were experimenting with canvas sizes and wondering if blue was too emotional, I was making sure we could afford groceries. I picked up every extra shift, every last-minute trip. Not for me, for us. I sacrificed time, energy, everything, so you could stay home, focus on your art, and spend time with Megan.
I didn't ask you to do that.
No, you didn't, but I did it anyway, because I believed in you, because I thought if I worked hard enough, we could make it together. And now you're throwing it in my face like I'm the villain? Like I abandoned you? I never left this family. I carried it. So don't sit there and act like I'm the one who didn't care.
You know what, Grace? I'm done apologizing for finally getting somewhere. I've spent years putting my passion on hold, shrinking myself to fit inside your non-stop work schedule. You wanted me home? Fine, I stayed home. I supported your career. I raised our daughter. I handled the house. And the whole time I felt like a ghost in my own life. Just background noise to your next promotion. Now, for the first time in years, people actually care about my work. I've got a gallery showing next month. I've got commissions lined up. Real money.
Since when?
Since I stopped waiting for your permission to matter. I'm not the failure you always made me feel like. I have a career now. I have a name people recognize. And no offense, but I don't need your paycheck to keep this family afloat anymore.
Wow.
I thought you'd be proud. I thought you'd say good for you, Lucas. But instead it's just more guilt. More lectures, more I did this for you like I'm some charity case. You keep acting like this house was built on your back, but guess what? I was here too. I lived this life too. I'm not going back to feeling small just because you're uncomfortable with me standing up straight for once.
Fine. Then where's Megan? I want to talk to her.
She doesn't want to talk to you right now.
Excuse me?
She's upset. She said she didn't want to deal with yelling tonight.
Lucas, I haven't even seen her. I just got home.
Well, she's seen enough. She hears the arguments, Grace. She watches you leave all the time. She knows who's really here for her.
Don't do this. Don't drag her into this like it's some game.
It's not a game. It's just the truth. She told me the other night she feels more comfortable when it's just the two of us. That when it's just me, the house feels calm, safe. I pack her lunch. I walk her to school. I'm the one she calls when she forgets her gym shoes or needs help with homework. And you're a FaceTime call and a voicemail, maybe a plane ticket twice a month.
That is not fair.
It's not about fair, Grace. It's about who shows up. You think being a provider is enough, but she needs more than money. She needs a parent who's present. She looks at me and sees someone who listens, who's there, who's not always checking an email or watching the clock between flights. So if you really care about Megan at all, then you know what you need to do. Get out of our lives now.
I can't believe this. Hey, Mom, are you home? Everything all right, sweetheart? Can I come over just for a bit? No, I figured you'd be home with the family. You've been away so much lately. Yeah, I've basically been out of town the entire year, but I really can't be in that house right now. What happened, honey? He threw everything away, Mom. While I was gone, Lucas went through the house and tossed out all of my things. My clothes, my books, my paintings, even the necklace you gave me when I left for college. He what? He said the house was cluttered and I wasn't using any of it. He had no right to do that. That was your home too. Not anymore, I guess. He told me tonight that if I really loved Megan, I'd get out of their lives. That she's better off without me, because I'm never there. And you know what? He's not wrong. I missed everything, Mom. Birthdays, recitals, open houses. I worked through every single one of them. And I told myself it was for her, for us, so we wouldn't struggle. But what good is any of it if she thinks I don't care? If she feels safer without me around? What kind of mother does that make me? Oh, sweetheart. I just feel like I failed her, and I'm not even sure when it started. I don't know how to fix it. Now you listen to me, Grace. You've done your best every step of the way. Don't you let anyone tell you different. I've watched you juggle work, this house, your marriage, and somehow still make time to tuck that girl in, even if it's through a phone screen. You love her with everything you've got, even when it's hard. And that counts, Grace. That matters. Megan's just going through a phase. They all do. You were no different at that age. Quiet one minute, slamming doors the next. She's still figuring out the world, baby. And it's easier to blame than to understand. That's not on you. What matters is that you're here now, and you care. And she'll see that again soon enough. She will. But what if she doesn't see it? Then you show her. You remind her. That's what we do. We show up, even when it hurts. I don't even know what I'd say to her right now. Then don't worry about the words, baby. Just come over here. I've got your tea waiting, and that old blanket you love. The door's unlocked.
It's been a whole week, Grace, and I haven't heard anything from you. How long are you planning on hiding like a scared little kid? And where have you been?
I've been at my mom's.
You just disappeared, Grace. No note, no call, nothing.
You told me to leave, so I did.
Well, now we need to talk about the divorce.
Wait, you're serious?
Yes, I've already hired a lawyer. It's happening.
Lucas, are you really doing this?
You don't get to act surprised. You're the one who left. You walked out.
Because you told me if I loved Megan, I'd leave.
Exactly, and you did. That says everything.
No, it doesn't. You're twisting it.
I'm not twisting anything. You chose work over this family for years. I'm just calling it what it is.
Yes, I work a lot. I have to. But don't you dare act like it was for me. It was always for us. You think I wanted to be gone all the time? That I loved missing bedtime stories, school events, movie nights? I worked because I thought I was building something for our future, so you could focus on your art, so Megan could have everything. I sacrificed everything for this family, and now you're telling me it meant nothing?
You weren't building anything for us. You were building it for yourself. You loved the rush, the recognition, the independence. Admit it!
Wow, if you told me 5 years ago that you'd be this bitter, I wouldn't have believed it.
If I'd known you'd live like this, gone all the time, a stranger in your own home, I wouldn't have married you.
We talked about this before we got married. We agreed I would work hard so you could focus on your art and get your career off the ground. You wanted that. You said you just needed a few years to build momentum.
Things change. I don't need you anymore. I have clients. I have income. I take care of the house. I take care of Megan. I can handle it all. I cook. I clean. I do the laundry. I handle school forms, dentist appointments, grocery runs, all of it. I'm not helpless, Grace. I never was. I just needed time to get on my feet, and now I am. I'm doing just fine without you, and so is Megan.
So that's it then? You're just done?
Yes, I'm done. I've already made up my mind.
Can't we just talk? Just the two of us, before we bring in lawyers?
No deal. We've talked enough. I want this finalized.
Okay, fine. Then here's my final word. I am disgusted by the man you've turned into.
I haven't changed, Grace. You have.
Excuse me?
You used to care about being present, about family. Now it's all deadlines and upgrades and rushing off to the next city.
I still care about this family. That's why I worked so hard.
You care about the idea of it, not the reality. You've built a life that doesn't include us anymore.
Don't you dare say that. You think I wanted this? You think I enjoy coming home to a house that barely feels like mine anymore?
Then why did you leave?
Because you told me to. You told me to walk away if I cared.
You're twisting my words.
No, I'm finally hearing them, loud and clear.
I never stopped loving you, Grace, but I can't keep waiting for the version of you that used to come home smiling, that used to sit with us on the couch, that used to ask how our day was.
You think I stopped loving you?
You stopped showing it.
And you stopped seeing it.
You know what? Maybe we were both blind, but I'm done pretending we still work.
Then stop pretending you're the victim here. You threw everything away, Lucas. You tossed it in the trash, just like you did with my things.
You left first.
Because I had to breathe, to think.
Well, now I'm thinking too, and I'm thinking this marriage is over.
Then we're done. I meant what I said. Don't talk to me again. Go through my lawyer.
Fine by me.
You didn't used to be like this. You used to believe in us. Now you're just cruel and selfish. I don't want to speak to you anymore. From now on, communicate through my lawyer.
What the hell were you doing in the neighborhood?
Sorry, what?
Megan saw you! She said you were walking around near our house!
Lucas, it's not a crime to be in a public area. Last I checked, the sidewalks weren't yours.
Don't screw with me right now. Megan said she saw you go into the house across the street!
Yeah, she probably did, because I live there now.
You what?
I bought the house, the one across from yours. That's my place now.
Are you completely out of your mind? You moved across the street from your ex-husband and your daughter after everything?
It's not about you, Lucas. It's a great location, the schools are good, and it's close to the train line. I've been looking at properties for months, and this one made the most sense, that's all.
Don't give me that. You could have picked anywhere. You picked here, right across the street. You're obsessed or something.
Please, I picked it because it fit what I needed. It has nothing to do with you. The fact that you're across the street is inconvenient at best. Trust me, I didn't do it for fun.
Oh, really? Just some innocent coincidence, huh? You just happened to buy the most expensive house on the block right across from me.
I could afford it. It's the one I liked best. End of story.
Afford it? Grace, you don't have that kind of money. I know your salary. You were barely keeping up with things before we split.
I got a promotion.
A promotion? Since when? You didn't say anything about that.
Because we weren't exactly on speaking terms, remember? You were too busy telling me I didn't belong in Megan's life anymore. Forgive me for not looping you in.
You're seriously telling me you could just buy that house out of nowhere? You expect me to believe that?
Lucas, believe what you want. I've been working nonstop for the past year. All those fights, the business trips, the hours I put in, someone finally noticed. A couple months after the divorce went through, my regional director asked to meet. I figured I was about to get piled with more work. Instead, they offered me a promotion, senior management. It came with a salary bump so big I had to read the offer 3 times before I believed it. So yeah, I bought a nice house, because I could.
So you're saying you just casually forgot to mention this?
No, Lucas, I didn't forget. I didn't want to tell you. What would have been the point? So you could mock me like you always do? Tell me it's still not enough?
If I had known that you were doing that well, maybe I wouldn't have.
Wouldn't have what? Wouldn't have kicked me out of my own life? Wouldn't have tossed everything I owned in the trash while I was gone?
That's not what I meant! Don't twist my words!
I'm not twisting anything. I'm just finally calling you out on how selfish you've been. You don't get to suddenly care about my success just because it makes you feel like you missed out.
You think this is about me feeling left out? You moved across the damn street! That's next level creepy!
Oh, please. You want to talk about creepy? Let's talk about how you went through all of my stuff while I was away and threw out everything that belonged to me like it meant nothing.
I told you it was just junk! Stuff you never even touched!
It wasn't junk, Lucas. Some of those things were family heirlooms, gifts, pieces I'd saved from my childhood, things I'd been holding on to for years. You didn't even ask. You just tossed it all.
Look, I didn't know it meant anything. You had it all packed in boxes. I thought you were done with it.
That's the problem. You never bothered to ask, never thought for even a second about what mattered to me. You were just mad I wasn't around, and so you took it out on everything I left behind.
So now what? You trying to guilt me? Sue me? What is this?
I'm not trying to guilt you. I already did the responsible thing. I got it all appraised. Every piece I could track. I had experts look at it, documented everything.
You're seriously telling me you're putting a price on this?
You bet I am. The damage you caused, it's not just emotional, it's financial. It all totals out to just over $30,000.
That can't be right.
I've got the paperwork, and I'm giving you a choice. Pay me what you owe, or I file a full report.
Grace, come on. I can't afford that. You know I can't.
That's not my problem anymore. You broke it, you pay for it. That's how the world works, Lucas. You don't get a free pass just because we used to be married.
You're out of control, Grace. You really are. This is insane. You're gonna take me to court over some old boxes?
Don't act like it's just boxes. You knew what you were doing when you cleared out my things. You wanted me gone. You made sure there was nothing left of me in that house. Not even a coffee mug.
That stuff was taking up space. I didn't think it was worth anything.
And that's exactly the problem. You didn't think. You didn't care.
So you're just gonna bleed me dry now? What, for revenge?
No, for justice. You broke my trust. You broke your promises. And then you literally broke my belongings. Actions have consequences, Lucas.
You think you're better than me now, don't you? You think just because you've got some fancy title and a fat paycheck, you can act like this?
This isn't about me being better. It's about me finally standing up for myself, something I should have done a long time ago.
I can't believe I ever trusted you.
Yeah, well, I can't believe I gave so many years of my life to someone who only cared about me when I was struggling. The second I got stronger, more successful, you turned into a stranger.
I gave up everything for this family too. Don't pretend like you did it alone.
No one said you didn't contribute, but let's be honest, Lucas. I carried the load. I worked, I traveled, I paid the bills, and you got to paint and play house.
You want to talk about selfish? Look in the mirror! You don't care about Megan, you just care about winning!
If I didn't care about Megan, I wouldn't have sacrificed everything I did to make sure she had a secure future. But you used her as a weapon the moment things got tough.
You have no idea how hard it's been since you left. I'm barely keeping it together, Grace. Megan's confused all the time. The house is falling apart.
And somehow that's my fault too, right? You always find a way to blame me. But you were the one who pushed me out. You made that choice. I just followed through.
Please, can't we just drop this? Can't we just move on?
You can move on all you want, after you pay me what you owe.
I can't pay you 30 grand. I don't even have 3 grand right now. What do you want me to do?
I want you to take responsibility. For once in your life, you always played the victim when things didn't go your way. But this was your doing. You chose to be cruel, and now it's coming back around.
You're not even the same person anymore. You're cold. You're calculated.
No, I'm just done being the one who gets hurt and keeps quiet about it.
Grace, please, I'm begging you, don't press charges. Don't drag this into court. Don't ruin what little I have left.
Then figure it out, because I'm done waiting, and I'm not going to apologize for finally standing up for myself.
There has to be another way. We can talk this out. Come on, you don't have to do this.
This conversation is the other way, Lucas, and you blew it.
Please, Grace, please don't do this. Mom, please, I need your help.
Let's get one thing straight, Lucas. I'm not your mom anymore. Grace divorced you, remember?
That's not what matters right now. This is serious. Grace is trying to extort me.
Extort? Oh, give me a break. She's asking you to pay for the things you threw out like yesterday's garbage. That's called consequences, Lucas, not extortion. You think you can treat someone like dirt and then cry foul when they finally ask for what they're owed?
But she wants $30,000. I don't have that kind of money.
Well, maybe you should have thought of that before you tossed out her entire life. You don't get to break someone's things and then act surprised they want compensation.
I'm not asking for help for me. I'm trying to do the right thing for Megan. I want to send Megan to a good college, okay? One she really wants to go to. I've been saving up every spare dollar I could. And if I give Grace what she's asking for, that whole fund's gone. Just like that, I won't be able to help Megan at all. I'm not saying Grace doesn't deserve something, but this will ruin everything I've been working toward for our daughter.
Then make the money back, Lucas. You've still got hands. You've still got time. Earn it. You can paint, can't you? You love to talk about how much you sacrificed for your art. Well, now it's time your art pulled its weight.
But I don't have a steady income. You know how unpredictable it is. 1 month I'm fine, the next I'm scrambling to cover rent.
You're preaching to the wrong choir, son. You chose that career. No one twisted your arm. You wanted the freedom of being an artist, remember? If you want stability, get a different job, something with a paycheck. You're not a teenager anymore, Lucas. You've got responsibilities.
Things have actually been going better lately. I had a few gallery shows, sold a couple pieces. There's interest.
A few decent months after a decade of just wait, I'm almost there. That's not a foundation, that's a fluke.
How can you be so cold about this? I thought you cared about Megan.
I do care. That's why I'm not coddling you. You don't get to play the victim when Grace is the one picking up the pieces you left behind.
You think Grace is so innocent? She's not. She dumped all the childcare on me. All the laundry, the cooking, the homework, it was all me. She was never home, always flying off somewhere, always busy with work, and I was stuck trying to keep Megan from falling apart. And now she waltzes back in with her shiny new salary and acts like she's the one who's been holding the family together. It's a joke! She doesn't get to play the victim now. Not after years of leaving everything on my shoulders while she played boss in a suit.
You want to talk about what's fair? Let's talk about Grace giving up sleep, holidays, and time with her daughter just to keep a roof over your heads. Let's talk about how she worked while you chased a dream and painted in a garage, hoping someone would discover you. Grace didn't just carry the financial weight, she carried you. You want sympathy from me? You won't find it here. You owe her every cent, and if you've got any decency left, you'll pay what you owe or deal with the consequences.
How long have you known?
You'll have to be more specific. I've known quite a lot of things, Lucas. Narrow it down.
You know what I'm talking about. Don't play games, Chelsea.
Oh, you mean your mistress? Got it. Funny, I almost forgot you downgraded the moment I left.
When did you find out? Just tell me.
Right after I moved out. I kept thinking it was weird how fast you threw out all my stuff. Not just my clothes or paperwork. You cleared every trace of me out of that house. Photos, decorations, even the stupid little magnets I put on the fridge. It didn't feel like you were angry. It felt like you were prepping the space, making room, and I was right. A couple days later, I looked out my front window, from my new house across the street, and guess who I saw walking into your house? None other than your mistress, Chelsea. I waited until she left, then I walked right up to her and introduced myself.
You what? You talked to her?
Of course I did. She looked surprised to see me, like she didn't even know I existed, so I asked her a few questions. She gave me some very illuminating answers.
What did you say to her? What the hell did you do?
Nothing you didn't already set in motion yourself. I just asked her how long you two had been seeing each other. She told me you said you'd been divorced for 3 years. 3 years, Lucas. You told that poor girl you were a single dad. She looked like her entire world cracked open when I told her the truth, that I moved out only weeks earlier. That we were still married when you and her first started seeing each other.
This isn't any of your business anymore, Grace. What I do with my personal life has nothing to do with you!
Oh, but it does. When you bring another woman into our home before I'm even settled in mine?
You just couldn't leave it alone, could you? She's breaking up with me because of you!
Oh, honey, that's not the part that should scare you.
What the hell does that mean? What else did you say to her?
I didn't have to say much. Once Chelsea realized the truth, she connected the dots all on her own. She told me you said you were raising Megan on your own, that your ex-wife left you because she couldn't handle being a parent, that you were the one holding the family together. She thought she was stepping in to help a good man. Instead, she found out she was the other woman. And she's furious, Lucas. Not just at me, at you.
Oh my God, what is she going to do?
She wants revenge, and honestly, I'm not going to stop her.
No, Grace, come on, you can't let her do something like that!
She's planning to go public. Posts, photos, screenshots, your little love letters, every lie you told her, every text. She saved everything. And when she's done, the sensitive family man artist persona you've crafted online, gone, burned to the ground.
Grace! No, please, you have to talk to her. You know what this will do to me, to my reputation, my career!
That's not my concern, and frankly, it's exactly what you deserve.
Please, you can't just sit back and let her destroy me!
She's not destroying anything you didn't build with lies. She's just holding up a mirror. If you don't like the reflection, that's on you.
You're doing this on purpose! You've hated me ever since I ended things! This is revenge! Admit it!
No, Lucas. This is justice, and you brought it on yourself. I'm not going to play damage control for a man who treated me like disposable luggage and lied his way into someone else's bed.
Think about Megan, please! You think this won't affect her too? You really want her dragged into this mess?
Don't you dare bring her up. Not after what she said to me. Not after she took your side without even asking to hear mine.
She's your daughter, Grace! How can you say that like she's just collateral?
She stopped being my daughter the moment she looked me in the eye and said I was selfish for leaving. The way she parroted your lies back at me like gospel. I don't think I'll ever get those words of hers out of my head. She chose you. She chose your version of events. And now she can live with the man she chose to believe in.
You're being heartless!
No, I'm being free. Free from lies, free from manipulation, and free from the two people who betrayed me without hesitation. I hope you and Megan enjoy supporting each other, because from now on, you're all each other has. Goodbye, Lucas. Chelsea followed through. She said she was going to single-handedly destroy Lucas's career, and boy, did she ever. The post went live one morning. Screenshots, texts, photos, even a few of those sappy little notes he thought made him sound deep. Within days, Lucas's entire image shattered. The gallery stopped calling, the clients pulled out, the sympathy crowd disappeared overnight. It turns out, people don't love a liar pretending to be a heartbroken single dad. And Megan, well, the college plans she talked about nonstop? Gone. The savings Lucas promised her? Either never existed or vanished the same way his commissions did. Now she's working nights at a grocery store just to cover rent and loans. Lucas picked up a part-time job cleaning studios. Art studios, ironically. I heard he's not even painting anymore. Dreams have a funny way of dying quietly. She never reached out, never apologized, not once. I guess when someone chooses sides, they stay there, even when the ground crumbles beneath them. But me? I'm good. I see my mom almost every day now. We have coffee in the mornings. We take walks after dinner. Sometimes we don't even talk. We just enjoy being together. She never asks about them. She knows. She doesn't need to say anything. I finally stopped trying to earn love from people who only ever saw me as useful. I stopped shrinking, stopped softening myself to make others comfortable. Now, I spend my time with people who look me in the eye and mean it when they ask how I'm doing. I work hard, but the work fulfills me. I sleep deeply. I laugh freely. I've stopped grieving for the things I gave to people who never gave it back. And sometimes, just sometimes, I glance out my front window and see that old house across the street. The porch is peeling, the blinds are always closed, no one waves, and I feel nothing. No sadness, no bitterness, just peace. Because I made it out, and I never went back.